Jonathan Rhodes here, Kelly Performance Diesel. I hope y'all having a good afternoon. It is a hot one. Y'all probably going to hear these fans going in the background. My apologies for my poor, crude videos. I'm not professional when I do them, don't know how to edit, and also sorry for all the mess in the background. We're still trying to finish construction on this new shop. We're taking in some work. We're not going full bore yet, but we are taking a good amount of workflow, so feel free to contact us with any of your needs you got. But I want to hit up a truck we got in right now, tell you a little bit of backstory on it. We got an 05 powerstroke in here, crank nose starter. We got it from another mechanic shop. The other mechanic, he troubleshot the system, realized it was building high pressure oil. First mistake he made is he put a high pressure oil pump on it. We see this a lot. People went up to build these trucks and they blame the trucks. Usually on these late models, 6.0s, everything 04.5 and up, the pumps don't fail. If they change models in 04.5 or change styles of pumps in 04.5, usually don't see them go bad. So then he kept trying to crank this truck, ruined the guy's battery, so many new set batteries, put batteries in it. Then he put the starter up on it and then told the customer the motor was bad. Customer wanted to bring the truck to us. We bring it in. Found the starter was bad. I had the old one laying around. A couple old ones actually from some builds I'm doing for myself. So instead of putting a brand new starter on this truck, just get troubleshot for him, I opted to throw an old one on, told the customer about it, told him if he wants a new one on it, we'll smack a new one on it. Whenever we get the truck troubleshot, get it running. That way he's not out the money just for the troubleshooting process of a brand new starter. So we brought it in. Other mechanic was right. We only had 200-300 pounds of high pressure oil. It takes 500 pounds to get these things cranked. We still had good base oil pressure. Not what I like to see, but still it's good. Went ahead and done a compressor test on it since the other mechanic said the motor's bad. Just eased my mind a little bit. Compressor come out good. But the truck was turning over. Couldn't hear no obvious knocks, nothing like that. No grinding noises. Sounded fairly good. So first thing we done, we found we had no high pressure oil. We went ahead, my mind went to probably have a high pressure oil leak. Pulled the IPR valve out, put a tester in there, put a shock air on it. System was tight. Hey, we have no high pressure oil leaks. That's where people mess up and they automatically assume the pump's bad, this is bad, injectors are bad. They start changing out parts without continuing to troubleshoot. My first clue was that we didn't have an actual failed part in the system, was when I pulled the IPR valve out. That's the screen that come off the IPR valve. As you can tell, it's busted out. What happens is these things get clogged. You have 3,000 pounds of oil pressure behind it for the heater injection system. It busts the pressure, pushes so much force on it, busts the screen out. That can cause the crank no start itself. You get contamination inside the needle valve and it won't actuate. I wasn't satisfied with that. So I called the customer and expressed to him what I found and told him with the amount of contamination I found, along with the stuff coming out of the oil whenever I pulled the valve out, that I wanted to take the oil cooler off of it. Told him I was like, I know it's going to run up the bill some, but I'll feel a lot better about it before you go any farther. And he said, do what he thinks right. Go and take it off if you think it needs it. Glad he said that. Now, I've cleaned this screen several times, or no way cleaned. I wiped my hand across it several times. As you can tell, it's still clogged. That is the screen underneath the oil cooler. That will cause the crank nose start if it gets clogged up. And what bothers me with this screen was the amount of metallic residue we found. I even had it on the filter. See all that metallic? That could be signs of a premature bearing failure, crank, cam bearing, whatever the case may be. So I called the customer once again, expressed to him my concerns. Told him, the only way we're really going to know the state this motor is in is to tear it down on the bearing side. But the truck sounded good turning over, and the compressor was good. So he expressed to me that he had 2 turbo failures back to back, and he doesn't know if they cleaned the system out and everything when the other mechanics replaced the turbos. Right there's a big red flag. Anytime you have any kind of mechanical failure on these trucks that involves oil, or oil running through something, or anytime you're underneath the valve covers, anything like that, you drain the oil on these trucks, you flush them out, you put new filters on. Contamination is your number one cause of mechanical failure on these trucks, on any truck. You got contamination, heat, and friction, all of them's correlated. So we got talking about that, and I expressed my concerns about it. It's going to be extremely expensive to pull this motor out and take these bearings. But I told him one thing we could opt to do, because he doesn't want to spend a whole lot of money because he's thinking about getting rid of the truck. We can go pull the oil wheels off. We can pull the ace pop back off. We can pull all this back up. Completely flush the system, clean it, clean the oil cooler if you just want to spend $300 put a new one in. Flush it out good. And completely clean the whole oil system on this truck. Drain the oil, flush, drain the oil, put fresh oil in it, new filter. And the truck will crank and run, drive it for a while, see how the motor's running. If it's running strong, bring it back in, drain the oil again, pull the filter again, analyze it, and if it looks like it's cleaning up, it's from contamination from previous work. Sadly, I get a whole lot of this from previous work done. That's the number one reason I find these screens clogged, and it's usually after the oil cooler's clogged. I'll show you one of the main reasons for that. You can see this. I don't have a whole lot left, but that just come off the screen. You see that? That is fibers. That is not from something mechanic failed, or something mechanical in the motor failing. You have none that has material fibers in it that failed. It's from these red rags. Other mechanics also use these red rags to clean these coarse surfaces inside the motors, especially where the oil cooler sets in, because you got that valley that sets in that holds engine oil. They use some red rags and scrape on it, trying to get them clean. Good intentions, but all the material comes off them rags, gets stuck to the walls, and if you run these trucks for a while, all of it makes its way to the screens and clogs them up. So when you're cleaning these trucks, this is what I really want to hit on, was keeping these trucks clean when you work on them. Don't use little Riz reels to clean these man surfaces that have debris that falls off. And everybody's guilty of using some sort of power tool to clean it from now and then. But if you do, make sure you get all of your orifices clogged and you clean it out real good, and don't use it anywhere where you can't clean it good. What I do on these oil valleys for these oil coolers set is I take the wire buzz, clean the walls, take brake clean, spray them. I use them rags to just set in the liquid to soak it up, pull them out, then I salt back them, I wire buzz them again, salt back them. I'll repeat this process however many times it takes to get that thing spotless. I want no fibers hanging on the walls, no fibers hanging anywhere. I want it spotless. And honestly, these are the same cleaning practices we all be doing on every single motor we work on, y'all. But it's extremely important on these 6.0s that run this serial injection system. We get contamination in the system that won't start, and then people can't figure out why they have good high-pressure oil or don't have high-pressure oil but have no leaks, and they just start changing parts for no reason. And then they run the bill up on it, and then they want to blame the truck. It's not the truck's fault. It's the people working on it. And I'm not here to badmouth anybody. I'm here to give y'all tips on cleaning these things. Don't use anything that leaves material behind. And make sure you get everything spotless. Anytime you have a failure, clean them out. Every time you gotta go in there, take the valve cover off. Clean out the system. It's extremely important. We're going to pull dummy plugs and everything on this truck. Clean out the branch lines, the high-pressure oil pump, oil wells, inject. We're going to clean out everything. And hopefully, best case scenario, we put all this back together, get all of it cranked and running. We run the truck and we drain the filter this next time. There won't be holding any contamination in it. Best case scenario, what we're hoping for. But once again, we're at the customer's mercy. How much money he wants to spend, how far he wants to go with the truck, and that's what he has opted to do. Honestly, with the amount of age on this truck and him considering dumping the truck and buying a new one, I would say that's probably a smart call. Probably the same call I'd make on my own personal truck. So, in saying that, we're going to keep cleaning on this thing. I'll even give you an update after we get started. Let you know how the motor sounds. Let you know if it sounds like we're going to have to pull the motor or not. Or if the truck's, we think it's going to be sound enough and if the customer's going to be happy with it. But bless y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Remember, we're taking jobs again, y'all, so don't hesitate to give us a call about anything you need diesel related. We're still not going full bore. Still got a lot of construction to do. Still got to get these other bays up and running. But we're doing what we're going to do our best to take care of y'all and do a good professional job. Hopefully this here, you 6.0 owners, this will help you out and realize the reason I scream cleaning this on them. Like I said, we all be taking these cleaning practices to every motor we do, but I know how it is. Nobody likes to clean. Nobody does it. But if y'all are 6.0, take it to heart and do it right. Bless y'all. Y'all have a wonderful day. Goodbye.